Namaskar. Hello and welcome to P Guru's channel. I'm your host Sree Iyer. Joining me today is Bala Gowthaman ji. DMK is rattled, and there's a lot of things that are going on. Two ministers now, again caught abusing Hindus, and Madras High Court judge has taken cognizance of that. All this and more, and many other things to talk about. Let's welcome Bala Gowthaman ji. Bala Gowthaman ji, namaskar and welcome to P Guru's channel. How are you, sir?
Namaste. As great as always.
Wonderful, sir. Wonderful to know that. Gowthaman ji, first off, let's start with Mr. Ponmudi. Sir, this was stated with deliberate intent to insult Hindus. I mean, try saying even half of what you said, Mr. Ponmudi, to a member of the Christian community or the Muslim community. See the kind of whiplash you will get. Sir, over to you.
So it is not only that whether he is going to talk about a Hindu or to the Christian or a Muslim or some other community. I think there are many classic examples of these red light areas with the Dravidian ideology. And if someone else is going to go through the book Vanavasam written by Kannadasan, then we will be knowing more stories about it, about how the partnership between him and Karunanidhi was there. Whether Ponmudi can talk about it now, I think that you can have many examples, live examples. There is no need for you to, picturize something new and get into it. There are many classic examples like that. So Ponmudi can do it from their own biographies and autobiographies they are written by the people from their own rank. So now, this is a clear intended thing. It's with a malicious intent this statement is being made. And even Justice Ananda Venkatesh has now said that the police has to register a case. If they are not going to do it, then he will issue a direction statement or something else. This is what he has stated. Because the thing is, he has denigrated women. I am sorry to say that it is a half-done job. You said it is a denigration of women. And in that, he never mentioned it is an insult to Hinduism. This is a portion which is missing from this comment. I am sorry to say, because the thing is, I am from the old IPC, now BNS has come in. So I don't know the number of the section. In the old IPC, it is 295A and 298. And 295A is a non-cognizable, it's a cognizable, non-cognizable offense, I think. So you can't get bail. And for that, you need to get the approval from the government. So it's a big offense. And now the same section is there in BNS. I don't know the number of that section. So by stating the denigration of women, now he escaped from this section. That is the old 295A. And which is to be, he is to be booked under that section. And if this is not going to happen, these type of abusive speeches against Hinduism will continue.
Gowthaman ji, I was following the proceedings in the Tamil Nadu Assembly, where there is dialogue going on between ADMK Minister and Mr. Sekar Babu, formerly of the ADMK, currently with the DMK. Formerly, I don't know if he was a minister. Right now, he's a minister. He's supposed to have links with, well, let's leave it at that. What is it that he's trying to say? That you should separate the skin of the banana from the banana itself? What nonsense is he talking about, sir? I just couldn't understand it.
So before going into the nonsense, this is one thing that the entire country, not the entire world, has to know. Now it is a blatant admission that when Udhyanidhi Stalin spoke about the thing is that he has to, that his Sanatana Dharma needs to be eradicated. They said that he never said that it is Sanatana Dharma, only certain aspects of Sanatana Dharma which is not, which is retrograde, that should be taken away. This is what that statement was made by him. And this is what the argument of the Dravida DMK at that time. And now the case is pending before the Supreme Court. And he got discharged by the High Court. The case was there. it is a case they filed. The Honorable Justice said that, okay, he has committed a crime. Covenanter doesn't apply because there is no case against him registered by the police. And this is how he got escaped from the High Court, and the case is now pending in the Supreme Court. When it is there, Thiagarajan, a DMK member in the assembly, started speaking in the assembly. And this is something that you need to note, that Udhyanidhi is fighting a lone battle like Ravana, like 10-headed Ravana, to uproot Sanatana Dharma from this soil. So it is clearly made that is not practices of it. We need to uproot some. Where arupo? This is the word used by Mr. Thiagarajan in the assembly. I just want to note one thing. There is a person in the assembly by the name Speaker. I call him as the 7-foot lamppost. Okay? He got offensive when somebody said Karunanidhi. He said that you are not supposed to use his name as Karunanidhi. You have to call him only as Kalanya. And that is how you have to maintain the decorum of the house. This is a statement made by the 7-foot lamppost in the assembly. And now, when the DMK MLA said that he is fighting a lone war battle like 10-headed Ravana to uproot Sanatana Dharma, where were you, Mr. 7-foot lamppost? Where is the Speaker of the House? Whether you approve of these languages in the House? You can't approve the word Karunanidhi because he needs to be called as Kalanyar. At that time, many bhashans were delivered in our assembly. And now when uprootment of Sanatana Dharma has come, was spoken inside the assembly. And immediately the person from the ADMK, he immediately spoke and said that you have to see now, Ravana is a great bhakta. Then your analogy is wrong. And this is a statement made from the ADMK side. Immediately the HR&CE minister, he stood up and said, it is bhakti is the fruit and Sanatana Dharma is the skin of it. So you have to peel. The Sanatana Dharma is to be peeled so that bhakti emanates. And somebody from the ADMK bench immediately said that both come together. You can't have a fruit without
skin.
The skin. And this is again a statement made from the ADMK side. My question is very simple. First, when already there is a case going on, again the statement is made inside the assembly. Now, will the court take any note of this? And this is one thing the court has to, because now we can't now go to the police station and file a complaint because it is spoken inside the assembly. So this is the usual route all politicians take. Now, whether uprooting a religion is a legal word that can be used inside the assembly. And this question is not being asked by anyone. Everyone said, okay, it's a normal Hindu bashing of this one. And now whether this is covered under your hate speech, I want to ask this question. Now you say that about hate speech, and if somebody used some Karanya, so you can't, Karunanidhi you can't accept. And now uprooting a religion that is spoken inside the assembly, is it parliamentary? And now what the Supreme Court is going to do? I'm going to ask this question to one gentleman by the name Mr. 𝗏𝗏𝗏, who is going to become our Chief Justice in the next 1.5 to 2 years' time. I think 2026 is going to be our Chief Justice. And he has delivered a big bhashan when Nupur Sharma issue came up. Without any police complaint is filed, he took it up. And he made all unnecessary statements. And he is the one who really fueled those riots. And now I am asking this question to the justice, whether this is right or wrong. will you be taking a suo motu, or when the said that you said what a president has to do, what a governor has to do. So you went beyond your brief in giving judgment in the governor's case. When you approved 10 bills, you usurped the power of the governor and the president, and you passed 10 bills. So you have proven that you are beyond the president, you are beyond the parliament, and you are beyond everything. And now I am asking the question to the justice whether you will be able to take cognizance of, of this, and will you be able to pass an order regarding. Now you can take the power on you because you are having those sweeping powers. Now what about 142 now? Now we can use 142. Why can't the court do it?
Gowthaman, this is just one of the things. There is an interesting development as far as the Tamil Nadu WAQF Board is concerned. They have issued a notice to a village, the entire village, saying that this whole property is WAQF controlled. Either you pay rent or you vacate. And this order was issued after the new amendments bill is passed. That means it explicitly, you cannot issue an order after that, number one. Number two, today the Supreme Court has put a stay even on that. But point I'm trying to make is, nothing can be done. How did these people brazenly issue the order a day after the new WAQF amendment bill had passed?
Look, the Tamil Nadu WAQF, the board, today it has issued a summons to some mutavalis and some masked people. And now they are conducting inquiries. And 34 plus people were asked to appear before the WAQF Board. And they are, asked to appear before the WAQF Board as they are the encroachers of the property, and hearing is going on. And this hearing is conducted by the committee, which is now invalid after this WAQF Board has come up. Yes. And there is no quorum to conduct this inquiry. I don't know how the CEO and CO of this WAQF Board allowed this to happen. So it is not only issuing notice to some property or something else, they are conducting regular inquiries. The board, which is abolished by a central act. No, the central government has passed an act. So how can you issue a notice and then you can conduct hearing? Is it not a brazen, unconstitutional and illegal act? Now, and some of the encroachers, this is something that you have to note. Out of the encroachers who are asked to appear is one person from Chennai, and is Inayatullah Sharif. And I just want to recall who he is. And he is a person who has already, he asked some jihadi elements to come and deliver bayan in a particular mosque in 𝗏𝗏𝗏. The content of the bayan is that he praised or he eulogized the Hamas and how they are fighting. And then he is drawing parallel with anti-WAQF agitation. And this is the speech he made. Sree TV covered it. And for that matter, he went to the police station, they preferred a complaint. And the inspector of the local 𝗏𝗏𝗏 police, they called up Sree TV and forced Sree TV to take that video out. Then we replied, who are you to call us and ask me to do it? You doesn't have any jurisdiction to ask me to remove some video. And now, for the sake of these encroachers, this is something that you need to understand, an illegal WAQF Board is meeting. The person who is doing is the one, and he is the one, he is fighting against new amendments. The same person is now appearing as an encroacher before the WAQF Board. So the idea of this WAQF meeting is to normalize what are all the loots that have taken place. Then you have to take them out of this WAQF Board legal proceedings. So this is a clear case that a crime has been committed, and to take these people out of the crime, this meeting is immediately it is convened and encroachment is getting normalized. This is something that the Muslims have to understand, how the previous WAQF boards are hand in glove with the encroachers of your own property.
Very true. Very true. Very true. So please continue. I thought you had finished, but if you have...
So this is what they have called. My question number 1 is, now what action you are going to take against the CEO and the CEO of the WAQF Board? Why they have not asked them not to convene the meeting? If it is so, then what is the dealing between these WAQF, the members of the WAQF board and the people to whom the notices were sent? That is point number 2 they need to answer. Point number 3, it's a blatant illegal act. What the government is doing? Why no action has been taken against these notices? Why no action has been not taken against the CEO and the COO who allowed these proceedings to happen in the WAQF Board office itself? Now there is no committee. If will you allow me to go into your office, then I from your office, if now I send a notice to 8 to 10 people, ask them to appear, will you allow me?
It's governance is becoming more and more like ridiculous. They are deliberately ignoring the law of the land, including the administration itself. And I wonder how long the center is going to allow these kinds of things. This is not just one state. We saw similar stuff being done in West Bengal too. And I mean, if you don't curb it or if you don't act on it, others.
I think the thing is, openly you are issuing an order. After the act has come into force, the president has given assent to this. Then how can you do it? And now the case is now going on in the Supreme Court. I have no idea whether the central government lawyer has argued this point then. They have to argue this. Then why you have convened the meeting urgently? Even after the ordinance, after the act has come into force. What is the urgency? Then whom you are trying to save? And the encroacher whom I mentioned about the Inayatullah Sharif, he is inviting jihadis to the mosque. And the local Muslims, some of the local Muslims, they have even preferred a complaint against him, saying that this mosque is used for radicalizing purposes. And now see the link between the WAQF Act and the jihadis.
Very true, very true. Getting a little messy, viewers, one of the things you need to understand is, supposing we are all in urban centers. Urban centers, maybe our life might not get affected, but the problem is from inside out. The more rural you go into Tamil Nadu, the more Gowthaman and many other organizations have found out how terribly the state is being culled out from inside. You are not realizing it. And I can't tell you the details because the details have been shared with the appropriate authorities, and the appropriate authorities, I don't know what they are doing. And all I can tell you is there are people very hard at work to point out some of these illegalities, and unless the government cracks down, it is not doing its job. They think that by giving 20,000 per vote, they can win. Sir, nothing else matters.
Today I have come to Thiruchendurai, which is in central Tamil Nadu. And there is an issue going on near 𝗏𝗏𝗏. It's a place in Karur district. You know what the issue is? One place of 30 cents And it is a common land, 10 cents for Muslim, 10 for Christian, and 10 for Hindus. Now, what they have done, the others are silent. They said, okay, it is a common property, we all can use it. And now, the Muslims have got patta for their 10 cents without consulting the others. Then, they try to have a namaz over there. The local Hindus opposed it. When the local Hindus opposed it during this Ramzan, they did the namaz in the road. And now they are saying that they are going to give this property towards WAQF. So how this WAQF law is easy for them to take a common property as a Muslim property. I'm here for that purpose.
Yeah.
It is happening today. It is happening. I'm here. I met some of the people who are been involved in that particular activity. I'm here now.
One of the things one notices, Gowthamanji, in all these things is the illegal act is committed first. Go on, encroach, do whatever you want. Afterwards, go and sit on it, and then when the law tries to take action, cry victimhood. This is something that is happening. And viewers, don't think that viewers. One second, sir. 1 second.
Sir, crying victimhood is a old thing. Now they are not even crying victimhood. Now, with this WAQF Act or some other act, they are doing it, and the government is gleefully helping them. And the local Hindus are taken to the police stations, and actions are being taken against them. I think that we made a show, okay, I mean, on the same thing before in 𝗤𝗡𝗏 police station limit in Salem.
Right.
I mean, there is no cry of victimhood or no there. The thing is, you go, you occupy. If any Hindu resists, put them behind bars. You go on encroaching upon anything. If something comes, call WAQF. It is there for you to help you out to encroach lands. So now it is a right royal encroachment, sir. It's a right royal encroachment.
Gowthamanji, about 1.5 years ago, I had gone through Trichy. I was traveling from Coimbatore to Tanjavur, and this is one of the main national highways. Viewers, about 12 kilometers inside the city of Trichy. I don't know if this thing is still there or not, but the road, the 2-lane road on one each, divided highway, 2 lanes on each side or 2 or 3 lanes. The entire 12-kilometer stretch, it's staggered, speed breaker constructions, concrete barriers. So for 12 kilometers, you need to go like this. And the entire city is moving that way. And when I asked the driver, why are there so many obstructions, he said, this is radicalized area. And this is a precautionary measure to try and not allow people to escape in case they commit a crime. So this is essentially in the situation when there is a crime committed, then it becomes difficult to escape. Therefore, we will do this. But at the end of that 12-kilometer stretch, every body part had to be reassembled, Gowthamanji. This is in the city of Trichy. Is it still true? I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen that road yet. I haven't seen it in the recent past.
I think there may be some program or something else they have announced, because Ijtima happens here. In one place, they conducted an Ijtima. So at that time, it was heavily barricaded.
Well, things are really bad. Because the connivance of the government is what is the problem right now. Gowthamanji, we have a few questions for you from our viewers. If you don't mind, can we take them? Next one, please. Question, please. Mankind, thank you so much. Thiruchendurai has been occupied by WAQF. I thought this was reversed or put on stay.
Yeah, it is on stay. Now, it is the action is being passed now.
Yeah. Shyam Tarun wants to know, always excited to hear Gowthamanji, unless Hindus are united and fight for their rights, no change will happen. Why is BJP not on the streets against WAQF claims on an entire village in Vellore district?
It is actually the Hindu organizations, Hindu Munnani, are the ones who really went with the people to take this issue on. So Hindu Munnani is there, and my good friend Magesh is the one who reached the spot and he worked with the villages. So the Hindu organizations are on street. But the thing is, the difference is that we don't have that much manpower as compared to other organizations. So if you have any relatives in and around, try to be a part of these organizations, because most of the issues which are now coming up, Hindu organizations are working with the local people, but we require more people to take it up.
And it is happening. It's just a little bit slow, but it is happening. Magnet Ranga wants to know, Namaskaram. DMK seems to be purposely provoking central government, daring them to take action, possibly to gain sympathy. BJP is not falling into the trap. What can BJP do to benefit politically?
I mean, DMK seems to be properly. Well, I mean, it's not visible.
No. DMK seems to be purposely provoking central government, daring them to take action, possibly to gain sympathy.
That may be fine, but the thing is that government has to understand there is no need for you to take action on one particular crime. You have to see, if you are running a central government, you have many agencies and you have many existing cases, and you have power to bring the government to its knees through many other means. So the government has to, central government really has to explore those options. One good option is that the ED is doing the raid. But the thing is, why you have not opened the telephone case as well as the 2G case? If those things can be tested now and everything can be added up to the kitty, I think the DMK will come to terms. And it is always easy for you to take care of DMK. I just want to recall one incident that you need to understand. DMK is not a strong party, or it is not a party which is rooted in any principle. It is just a group of people, and wherever they get opportunity to earn, they will run, and they don't have any principle or anything. And since it is the most corrupt party, no party leader or cadre will take any risk. Since there is no credible opposition to it, they are creating a smoke screen. One good example is when Dr. Subramanian Swamy was there as the law minister. That is the time when the DMK government was dismissed, just before the gruesome murder of Rajiv Gandhi. When this decision was taken, in Dr. Subramanian Swamy's interview, I heard that our former Chief Minister Karunanidhi went inside his house and locked it from outside. Okay, this is what DMK is all about, for you to understand. I think if Amit Shah and Modi, they understood DMK in this right sense, bringing DMK to knees is not a big thing. I think that you need to have the will to.
𝗤𝗚𝗡𝗙𝗍 Ratna Sabhapati wants to know, sir, are you aware that this Dravidian ecosystem is trying to spread its poisonous tentacles into Yarpanam by trying to build a statue for Periyar? Local Sri Lankan Tamils are against this. Many local Tamils are already threatened to immediately demolish this Periyar statue if ever built by the poisonous DMK ecosystem, as they don't identify themselves with Periyar.
Yeah, they are trying to do it not only in Sri Lanka, but in many places. Recently, I visited Singapore for a program, and there is one Tamil center where Ivera's portrait were all kept there. What Tamil has to do with Ivera? And this is something that they are trying to do throughout. They are trying to do it in Malaysia too. They are trying to do it. So this is something which it is not the DMK which is doing. The DMK is made to do, because missionaries have to de-Hinduize the Tamil community. So they are working on the behest of missionaries. You have to understand, DMK doesn't have brains to think these things. It is a group which is there to loot. and somebody is operating it from behind. And this is something that we need to understand. And even they are doing it in Jaffna, then just try to find people who are behind them. They will have very strong ties with the missionaries. And we all know about the Bishop of Mannar, Bishop of Jaffna, and the Bishop of Colombo. And various things that we have spoken about it in some other issues in P. Guru's channel, how they work. And it is a continuation of the same agenda. And this is something that we need to understand.
Thank you so much, Gowthaman-ji. And viewers will be back in about an hour's time with Sumit Peer as we talk about what is going on in Pakistan. Very important development because all these things are connected. The 2.5 front, the half front is being activated in India to cause mischief, whether it is West Bengal or Tamil Nadu or even other parts of the country, because the one in the 2.5 now thinks that India is poised to do something on its eastern coast, on India's western coast. So stay tuned on that. We'll come back to that one. Sir.
Sorry to intervene, Ji. You can say it is not 2.5. It is 2 3/4.
I know where your other quarter is coming from. I completely understand. Thank you so much, sir. I agree with you. Namaskar.
Okay, namaskar.